And then start to bring intention to the breath. Taking a deep inhale, let it all go out the mouth, full exhale. And do that a few more times. Feel it from the belly all the way on up. Big, deep inhales, and then totally empty out. So, always important, no matter what you got going on in your day, in your life, you have to take that time to take care of yourself. Finding balance. I shared this with my classes earlier in the week. My niece graduated from high school. It was very fun. She was valedictorian. So she got to, give the speech in very not typical high school valedictorian speech. She didn't talk about this great high school experience, even though she had a great high school experience. She talked about the lessons she learned, and it took her to her senior year to figure out about finding balance in life. It can't all be about school. You have to build relationships, pursue your passions and your hobbies, and you have to take time to take care of yourself. I didn't quite learn that at 17. It probably took me to about 47, but it was good wisdom she imparted on the crowd. You haven't got it yet. Yes. Let's come into cobbler's pose. Bring the soles of feet together. If you're not already there, close the mouth. Take a deep inhale through the nose and then let it go out the nose. And you could lay hands one on the belly, one on the chest. You can have the arms beside you with the palms up. You might cactus the arms. And since we've been here a few breaths, maybe pull the heels in a little closer. Plant the feet on the mat. Wiggle those feet a little wider than the hips and bring the knees in on each other or use your block. Bring the knees in on your block. So your legs just look like an upside down V shape. And this idea is we go through class. It's pose and counter pose. You move one way, you move the opposite. One of the definitions of yoga is the union of opposites. Take the knees wide and keep the feet wide. Knees are wide. Do some windshield wipers back and forth. Knees right, come through center as you inhale, exhale over to the left. And Margaret or Mary Ellen, if those fans bother you, let me know. I can turn them off. I was just trying to turn them off. Okay. I was just trying to dry the floor. Once the knees are on the right side, lower into that wide legged twist. An option to turn head left. You might even take the arms wide, palms up. Then after you're here a few breaths, you could lift that right foot and put it on the outer part of the left knee. Or if you need to let up a bit, just put a block under the right leg. Turning on the air conditioning. Opening the door. Come back with the feet planted, keeping knees, keeping the feet wide, and then same exact thing over to the left. And you can modify. You can make it more intense, lifting the left leg, putting it on the outer part of the right knee, or you can modify the opposite direction. Put the block underneath the thigh to bring the floor up. Come back through center, plant the feet on the mat, walk the feet and ankles in line with knees, knees in line with hips. Bring the hands behind the head, lower part of the head. And then once you're there, just push the head into the hands, draw the elbows wide. Make sure the back stays flat on the mat. So you don't want to arch the back. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders. Inhale, lower. We're just going to keep moving with this. Moving, connecting breath and movement. So you're using the entire breath to move. Once you're back down, release the hands. Just take the arms beside you, palms down, and we're going to lift up into bridge pose. You want space between the feet. Have those ankles in line with the knees lining up with the hips. So, foundation, building the poses from the ground up. Lower down. And then do that same action. Lift up. Maybe this time you lift a little higher. Lower as you breathe out. One more time, lift up bridge pose. Lower down. And then once you lower down, let's take the right ankle over left thigh, but pausing here, push the right knee away from you a bit. Just a little bit of a hip opener. If you can slide left foot in a bit, slide left foot in, but still keep the left foot down. And then again, we're going to take hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, elbows wide, rising and twisting, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, lower, and rise and twist. Keep going. Do let's do 8 total. And then once you're done, you're going to come into recline pigeon. Of course, use your strap if you need to use your strap. And this might be intense enough for you, just keeping that left foot down with the ankle over the thigh. You could bind with the hands behind the thigh around the shin. I think my skipper skimped on the ab work here. You're going to be hiking out a lot this weekend. You better get those core muscles. Hopefully, Sally and I will both be here next week. We're going to be on a start line with 20 boats. We're going to be using our yoga breath. Yeah, we did a few deep breaths out there. Plant the feet again and switch it up left over right, but do the same thing. See if you can pull the right foot in a little closer. Push the left knee away a bit. And then you're going to bring hands behind the head again. Interlacing elbows wide, rise and twist. You go right to left this time. Same direction. Keep going. 8 total. And once you're done, same thing, recline pigeon, just taking it on the opposite side. Keep that tension as the left knee moves away and right knee comes in towards you. Nice. Let's come out of it. Plant the feet. And once you plant the feet, take the arms beside you, palms are down. And no arch in the back. Just root that back right in. Take the feet 2 inches off the floor, 2 inches off your mat. So imagine 2 inches, not very much. Two paper clips stacked on top of each other. Place the feet down. And now you're going to lift the feet again 2 inches. Lift the feet so the shins are parallel to the floor. Push the feet straight up towards the ceiling into candlestick. And now bend, come halfway, pause. So shins parallel to floor. It's going to do a little sequence here. Tap the toes to the floor. And then lift them up so they're 2 inches above the floor. 2 inches, 2 inches. Work those low belly muscles. And then bring the shins parallel to the floor. And again, push the feet straight up towards the ceiling. Pause here. See if you can reach the fingers towards the toes. And then option if you want a little more core work to lift the head, reach up towards the toes. Lower the head down. 2 more times, just like that. Begin the inhale lower. And one more. Lower down. Once you lower down, pull the knees in. And holding the knees. Yeah, like Mary Ellen's doing. Move side to side. Move back and forth. Do some circles. Then once you come through center again, tuck and round, bringing the knee in, bringing chin towards chest. Lower the head down. Once the head is down, take the arms wide, palms up. And we're going to go into a tight spinal twist to the right. Knees come down to the floor, to your block. Option to turn the head left. So earlier in the week, I actually went to or attended a workshop on constipation. If you ever told me in my life I was going to be going to a workshop on constipation, I would have laughed. But I work with a lot of people who have neuromuscular disorders, and that's a huge thing. Constipation and all these twists and putting pressure on your belly and putting pressure on your back. It all helps. Gets those internal organs moving. And come back through center. Do the same thing. Pull the knees in for a moment and then take it over to the left, turn the head right. And the other thing I learned, I'll share my constipation wisdom with you. It's your lucky day. You know, we have these new toilets that are much higher, which are much easier to get on and off of. But the problem with it is your knees are too low, and that's why they came up with that squatty potty to lift the knees. So that was one of the suggestions to get a little stool to lift the knees a little higher. And also managing stress. Brain gut axes. Manage your stress. It's going to help. Come back through center. Plant the feet again. And once you plant the feet, let's pull the right knee in. Slide the left leg straight. If that works with your low back, the heels down. Pull the toes back and just pull that thigh towards the stomach. Lift the head up, bring nose towards the knee, and then option to take left foot just 2 inches off the floor. Let's go 5 breaths here. So don't hold the breath. Let the breath be the focus. Heel down, the head's down, and we're just going to take the right knee over to the left side. Use the left hand to guide it over. And then if you can take the right arm out to the side with the palm up, look towards that right hand. So it's a big twist. And I know I shared this. This is a digestive sequence. It's also a good one for the spine. Let's come through center, pull both knees in. We'll keep the left leg in, plant the right foot this time. And then you could slide the right leg straight. Fingers are around the shin. Lift the head, maybe lift that right foot a couple inches. 5 breaths here, breathing. If you can pull toes back towards you, you really add a little extra onto the pose. Lower the head down, right foot is down, left leg comes into that twist to the right side, turning the head to the left with that arm out, palm up. As you inhale, come back through center, plant the feet, grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, let me know. I will get you a strap. We're going to start by pulling the knees in and putting the strap around both feet and try and get it on the balls of the feet just so you can get ankles in line with knees. Push the leg straight up into a candlestick. And then you can get the elbows, the shoulders down onto the floor. Do that. Take the legs into a V shape here. Take the legs out wide. What's that? A strap? That one's not cutting it. Oh, it's too short. Yeah. It's not for Mary Ellen height. Move a little side to side again, putting pressure on the back. And then let's pull the feet in so they're a little wider than the hips to come down into happy baby. And just keep the strap for a moment because we're going to add on here. We're going to take the leg sequence backwards, and then we'll do this at the end without the strap, or at the end of the sequence without the strap. So you're trying to get knees in closer to the underarms. Take a moment here. And then push the leg straight back up, pull the left leg out, plant the foot or slide the leg straight, hold the strap with the right hand. Activate that leg, push it straight up, and then draw it back behind you a bit so we get into the hamstring. So if you need the left foot planted, have the left foot planted. It just takes pressure off the back. If you do extend the left leg, again, you're pulling toes back so the leg's really active, and the quad even has to do some work here, even though you're on your back. You do want the left foot down, though, the heel's touching. And hold the strap only with the right hand because you want to put too much tension on the leg. We'll let the leg go out to the right. Left hand's on the left side, just so you stay on the mat. Let's come through center. Switch it up, crossover. Take it over to the left, turn head right. Right arms out to the side with the palm up. Come back through center. Let's take the left foot in the strap, and once the left foot's in, pull the right foot out. Straps in the left hand. Push the leg straight up, and then pull it back a little bit. And either right foot planted or right leg straight with the heel down. Pull toes back. You can let the leg go out to the left. Come back through center, crossover. Take your strap with the right hand over to the right, turn head left. Push the foot into the strap. Come back through center, both feet in, and then same exact thing. Slide the legs into a V shape. You're gonna take the legs back in a little wider than the hips. Happy baby with or without the strap. And maybe see if you're doing it without the strap, if you can take the first two fingers, hook the big toes. But if your head, your shoulders are lifting and straining, so you combine, that's when you want to use the strap. Pull the knees in. If you have the strap, you can put it down. Pull yourself one more time, that tight ball, and then lower the head down. Come onto your side, right side into a fetal posture. Yep. Pause here in fetal posture just to take a scan of the body. And maybe even mentally note, are you still on your mat? Have you checked out? So important to give yourself this little hour vacation in the day to only focus on yourself. Let's come up to seated and we'll just take one round of boat because we already did a lot of ab work. So plant the feet and walk. This time, walk the feet in as close as you can go. Hold behind the thighs. Take a breath, puff up the chest, lift the feet. My physical therapist will say, proud chest, proud chest. Arms out wide. Lean back and just breathe and balance. Plant the feet. Once you plant the feet, we're going to do one more twist here. Right leg straight, pull left leg in, sit up nice and tall. Use that left hand, keeps the back straight, and then just wrap around, right arm around, look over the left shoulder. So just same idea like you did on your back, pushing thigh into stomach. And don't hold your breath. Come back through center. Bring the sole of the left foot to the right thigh. So we're in a tree pose only, we're seated. Sitting up nice and tall. And you can kind of move so you're grounded. Reach up, fold over towards the right leg. Let's do a few more poses here to stretch the back of the leg. And you might notice with every breath, you get a little closer to the foot. You might not. It'll be a very small movement. Come back up and we'll straighten left leg. Do the same. Just pull that right leg in. Sit up tall. Then use the right hand to keep you straight. Left hand helps you twist. Shift the gaze. Always let the gaze be last. Use the inhale to come back through center, and then we'll take that shape of tree pose. Even if you pull the heel in as close as you can, kind of wiggle a bit, reach up and fold over that left leg. Give it a few breaths. Come back up on it. Inhale, both legs straight. Reach up, hinge and fold over the legs. If you need a cup, Maria, they're in the pantry and the water dispenser is right here. I don't know. I don't know where the cups are. They hid them? Oh, the pantry's way in the corner and then look in there, you'll see. Come back up and just go into a quick cross leg seated. Sweep the arms up overhead. Look towards the thumbs. Got a little back bend here. Nice one for the low back. Fold over the legs. And if you need legs straight, have the legs straight, or if you need to sit on a block. Come back up. If you have the legs crossed, just switch, sweep the arms up. We're going to do the exact same thing. Reach up, add a little back bend, look up and behind, and then fold over the legs. Did you find them? Okay. Okay. And then from here, we're coming onto our hands and knees table pose. And as soon as you come into table pose, without moving knees or hips forward, take the hands forward. We'll come down onto the forearms, bringing the face, bring the chest towards the floor. You could slide the arms a little straighter. So this is a way to bend into the low back. That was one of, I think, the request was getting into that low back, which can be a really challenging part of the spine to bend into. And if anyone needs knee pads, let me know. I do have extra. Come right back up, moving shins, move knees together. Top of the head down, arms are beside you, palms up. We are in turtle shell. And once you're there, a little pressure as you move side to side. Table pose. And if you need to adjust, adjust with the knees under hips. Hands can be under the wrist. You can take it a little more forward to take pressure off the wrist. And then just cat cow. Drop the belly, shift the gaze. Exhale, tuck and round, chin to chest. And keep this going, connecting breath and movement. Drop the belly, shift the gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. I think maybe 4 more. And when you're done, come into neutral table. We're gonna extend the right leg out in left arm. A few breaths here just to really build that spinal strength. Keep us standing up tall. Thumb towards ceiling, pinky towards floor. Look out at the floor right in front of your mat there. It's our gaze point. So reaching out, nice. 2 more breaths. And shaky is normal. This means you're getting strong. Hand down, the knees down. Take a breath and then switch. Left leg, right arm. Same thing, opposite side. Again, reaching out. With a thumbs up towards the ceiling. 5 breaths. Maybe even flex the foot. That's another little step you can add to make it more intense because, of course, you want it more intense. Thank you, Susan, for laughing at my joke. Knee down, hand down. And then once you're there, big toes together, knees wide. Sink into child's pose, walking the hands forward, forehead to floor block. And you can, if you need to, again, take pressure off the elbows, put a little bend in the arms so the forearms are down on the mat. Traditionally, it's a pose where you extend the arms and only the palms are touching, but we modify, we make poses work because we're all different. Thank goodness, right? We'd be awful boring if we were all the same. Come to table. And then down dog, curl the toes, lift the hips into that inversion, hanging upside down. So again, you could look between the thighs if that's too much for the neck. Center of the mat. And we're just going to take a few breaths to uncompress here. And your heels might not touch, but if you can push heels towards the mat, you're going to get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Let's come back onto the hands and knees table pose. And here we want to keep the back nice and flat. So we're going to look at the front edge of the mat or the floor in front of it. And we're going to lift the right leg to the side without tipping left for fire hydrant. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift. You can pause at the top and flex the foot lower. And again, lift up, pause here, circle forward 3 times. Circle backwards 3 times. And we'll place the knee down. Take a breath, level back out in our table pose. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg to the side, flex the foot. Lower down. Inhale, lift. As you begin to exhale, lower. 1 more. And then same thing, 3 circles forward, 3 circles backwards. And place the knee down. Once the knee's down, let's take another child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Sink back, walk hands forward a little bit, and then only moving from the waist up will go to the right. Take a side extension to the right. So you should feel that side bend in the left side. And then we'll come back through center. Take it from the waist up over to the left. Let's come back through center, table pose, down dog. To challenge the brain, let's all walk hands towards feet because I always go feet to hands. Just watch if you're in the back there, the tables. Oh, I think you're good. Once you're there, nice bend in the knees, lift up, circle the arms in just like we did the hips. Circle the shoulders forward, circle them out, or so I should say circle them in, then circle them out. And then take a breath in, lift up, put the fingers on the shins, peek forward, back's nice and flat. Fold back in. Inhale, lift up, peek forward, get the back nice and flat. Fold in, and we're going to do that one more time. Just a nice final extension. Inhale, lift up, peek forward. Fold back in. Take the fingertips on either side of the feet. Sit into chair pose. Lift the arms up. Try and lift the torso. Try and lift the gaze so you're looking forward, not down. Nice. Mountain pose. Once you're in mountain pose, let's step up to the top of the mat. You can bring hands to heart center and then drop the hands by your side, palms slightly forward. Close the eyes and just pull the head back a little bit. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Let it out the mouth. And then on the inhale, open the eyes, take the arms up overhead, grab left wrist, extend right. Gazes towards that left arm. Back through center, taking the right wrist with the left hand, go over to the left. Come back through center, big back bend, look up and behind. Exhale, fold. And then same thing, lifting up, peeking forward, lift halfway, get the back flat. Fold back in, sit low into chair pose. We'll come right on up to mountain pose. Hands to heart center. And then take the arms back up on an inhale. Grab left wrist, step the left toes off to the side. And we're going to turn this into a side extension with a balance. So you're just extending right and then lift the left foot, flex it. And the flexing, you're going to really feel that outer part, the glutes, which strong glutes keeps us moving. Plant the left foot. Grab the right wrist, right toes to the side as you extend left. Lift it and flex the foot. Place the right foot down. Take a nice big back bend. Look up and behind. Exhale, fold. Breath in, lift up, peek forward. Sit back into chair pose. We're going to do one more half sun salutation after this, and then we'll do a standing sequence and a little balancing sequence. Come up to mountain pose. Hands to heart center. And then this time, just reaching arms up, palms face each other. Imagine you're holding a big ball up here, but we're not tensing the shoulders. Come up onto the toes. Lift the heels. See if you can do this for 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Once the heels are down, lift the toes. Stretch the toes out. Toes down, fold forward. Breath in, lift up, peek forward. And then one more time, sit into that low chair pose. Mountain pose. Hands come to heart center. Step wide on your mat, facing out towards the lake, facing the right side if you're at home. And then once you have the feet wide, take the arms out wide to a T. And we're going to turn the right toes towards the back of the mat. We're going to keep the front leg straight. Angle the back foot and just slightly reverse it. Left hand down, right arm up and over for an archer pose. And if you bind, you take the right hand back with the left to really put some tension. Sky archer to get a little bit bigger side stretch. Let's go wide with the arms, palms down, triangle. Right hand down, Lift that left arm up. Palm facing away. Nice, nice. Flat back. Like if you were by the wall, you'd be flat against the wall. Rise back up. And now just lunge into the right leg. Don't let the knee go past the ankle. If you have to adjust the stance, adjust it. You might adjust the back foot so the front heel lines up with the back instep. Take the arms back out wide, warrior two. Reverse, left hand down, right arm comes up and over, reverse warrior. Taking it all from the waist up. So go backwards towards the fireplace, Margaret. Yep. Warrior two, arms out wide, palms are down. And now we're going to bring forearm to thigh. Sweep left arm up. You can always put the hand inside the foot, right hand inside right foot. You could also sweep left arm up and over like you're swimming, palm towards the floor. And having that gaze go towards the left arm is going to keep you from leaning towards the floor. So you get more of a side extension and a side strengthener. Come back up, turn towards the long edge of the mat, toes out, heels in, cowboy squat. And let's just add a little more core work here because I said no more boat poses, but I didn't say no cowboy crunches. Interlace the fingers, elbows wide, right elbow towards right knee. Come back up on an inhale, left elbow towards left knee. Back up two more on each side. Stay low in this cowboy squat, even though the quads are letting you know they're working. They're getting strong. Back through center, left side. And then once you're done, straighten the legs. Let's angle the toes in. Reach the arms up. Look up and behind. Fold forward. And if you have to bring your hands onto the block, that's okay. You just want to not strain, right? We're trying to stretch and strengthen and not strain. And hands to hips, rise to standing. Step the feet back into mountain pose and release the hands by your side, palms slightly forward again. Just take a breath here, and then we'll go through that whole sequence on the left side in a moment. And if you need a big deep inhale, side out, do that. And then we're gonna step wide again. Take the arms out wide, palms are down. Turn left toes and maybe angle that right foot slightly. Right hand down, left arm up and over, or sky archer with the bind. Arms wide, palms are down, triangle pose. Come back up and we'll lunge into the front leg. Warrior two. It adjusts the stance. You want the knee right in line with the ankle. And now reverse, go backwards, all from the waist up. Left arm comes up and over, palm towards the floor. Warrior two, side angle, forearm to thigh. You can reach the right arm straight up, look towards the hand, sweep it up and over, palm towards the floor. Nice. Root and rise, come back up. We're going to turn towards the long edge of the mat and then just step the feet back into mountain pose. Just making sure you have soft knees and you're not clenching toes. Hands on the hips. Keep the right foot down. Pull the left knee up into majorette. Push the foot out in front. And you're not lifting high by leaning back. You want to keep yourself perpendicular to the floor. Bend the knee. Place the left foot down. You can shake it out a bit, coming to mountain pose. Take a breath in. Pull the right knee up. Push the leg out in front. Bend the knee, place the right foot down, fold forward, and then either take the first two fingers, hook the big toes, You could also grab opposite elbows. Another option is lifting the feet up in the front and sliding the hands under the feet. Gorilla pose. Give it a few breaths here. And if you need to skip a forward fold, skip it. Stay in mountain pose. Sometimes you get any issues with vertigo, or it is Michigan, allergies, sinuses. Let's bring hands to hips. Release the bind, come up to standing. Sweep the arms up. Hands to heart center. And we're just going to stay facing the same direction. We're going to do the same sequence, but then we're going to add on a pose. Stand up tall. Left knee comes up. Push the leg out in front. And then come into tree pose. Foot to thigh. You might guide the foot in. Put a little pressure if the foot and the thigh are touching. You can always bring the foot to the calf, the foot to the ankle. You have to touch down and come back into it. Come back into it. And then you could bring arms up overhead, palms together, hands heart center. Maybe you need a little stability. Take the arms out wide, palms down, or hands on hips. Not right or wrong. It's just making it work for you. And then we'll come out of it. Place the foot down. Stand up tall. Pull the right knee up. Push the leg out in front. Extended leg. Now tree pose. Once you're done, come back into a forward fold again. Maybe hook toes, gorilla pose, opposite elbows, or letting arms hang. You can let the arms hang again. We'll bring hands to hips, come up to standing. And now just do tree pose, coming right from mountain pose. Take a tree pose. You can do it on either side. And see if you can hold maybe 5 full breaths. So that's where you build the muscle and the bone density. Find a gaze point, something you're looking at that's not moving. When you're ready, you're just going on the opposite side. Once you're done, we are going to come back onto our mat, seated, facing the kitchen. If you're in the clubhouse, have your block closed. And once you're there, straighten the legs again. And then this time we're going to keep right leg straight, pull left leg in. You can stay here, or maybe take it a little further and cross the foot over the thigh. Again, breath in, left hand's behind you. And just like we did earlier, taking the right arm around, looking over the left shoulder. Well, unwind, taking left leg straight, pull the right leg in. You can keep it right here. Or if you want to go further, you cross. Right hand behind, use the left arm to help you twist, look over the right shoulder. Come back through center. Plant the feet, arms are out in front like you're holding a big ball again, and then slowly come onto your back. You can always put the hands behind you to come onto the back. Once you're there, walk the feet back, and then supported bridge lifting up and putting that block right under the base of the spine, the tailbone, that low flat part. So just lift up into bridge, slide it underneath, and then come down onto the block. If that doesn't work for you, you don't like that pose, you can just do a regular round of bridge. Or there you go, Deb's got it. Take the feet. If you want to go further, you take the feet to the corners of the mat, angle the toes out. So your legs look like a V shape, an upside down V shape. And this is just another pose, another place to take pressure off the low back. And you could continue on in this pose for Shavasana, or of course you can take any other pose you want. Just taking a few minutes just to be still and to rest when you're not sleeping. If you still have the block underneath, take it out. Lower down on the mat. Stretch out long, just like we did at the very beginning. Pull the knees in. Come onto your side into fetal posture. Just again, taking a moment there. It's nice to scan the body. Notice how you feel. Come up to seated, eyes closed, hands at heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. All out the mouth. Awesome work, ladies. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. It was actually very comfortable in here today. I was worried it was going to be hot, but the doors help. I know. Usually I can't stand rain, but at least it watered everything. And it cleaned my boat. I don't have to clean it now. Got rid of all the dead fish flies. Yeah, this weekend, if you volunteered to help, thank you. I mean, it's nice we get this space and I don't have to rent a room to teach this class. If I had to rent a room, it would be much more money. And if you can't volunteer, but you just want to come down, watch the races. It's going to be very fun. What else? Paddleboard yoga on Saturday the 22nd. I got to fill that class. So if you know anyone who wants to do it, send them my information. And I will send information out next week on that. So, yep. Yeah. Yep. Well, enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Oh, bye, Denise. Bye, Karen.
Bye.
Yeah, well, there are some white caps out there. Look at it. It's coming right out of the south. Yeah, it was great yesterday on the water. Is it? Oh, well, starting at what time? I got a whole boatload coming out tonight. I'll have to look at the wind. Oh, well, Jan,